So I've got my Ariens lawn tractor here, and I had no idea that the seat was busting right through here. It was coming loose. It just bolts on right through here, and it literally tore the pieces right out of there. The hole was only supposed to be that big, 3/8 hole. And I noticed the seat was getting a little loose. I thought, I got to tighten this seat up. And I have very uneven ground, so I lean a lot, and more when I leaned a certain way, the dead man switch was shutting off the tractor. I thought, man, the seat's got something wrong with it. And so I finally check, because this happened over time and I had no idea. This whole thing is broken. This metal is very thin, so that's not a whole lot for that seat to actually stay bolted to. I've got some flat bar here. This is an 1/8 inch, this is a 1/4 inch. My plan is to put the 1/4 inch underneath, put the 1/8 inch on the actual seat bracket, and then buckle it, or bolt it rather, down so that it holds the seat. And I'm hoping that will work. I'm going to put a bolt here through both of these bars and a bolt here, and then the seat will bolt on through both bars right there. So we'll see how that comes out. Otherwise, I mean, the only thing you could do really is try to weld it, and that is going to be a real mess. And you could weld some flat bar on there too, I suppose, but this is my idea. I mean, the tractor's pretty well useless, and it still works great without a seat. So I guess I could put a piece of plywood there and sit on it. That wouldn't be very comfortable, but this is my idea. Let's see how it works. Okay, so in order to make sure I've got this lined up right, because these springs have to line up, I have the 1/4 inch plate underneath there and the 1/8 up here, and this is where the seat is going to go through, but I bolted it on, tightened this one up, so I can know where to drill the holes to hold the 2 bars onto the tractor itself. And I just lined up the seat, which is right here, and it seems to be lined up okay. So now I just got to get a drill and drill these 2 holes through this tractor metal, which isn't going to take much, it's so thin. But that's looking pretty good, like it's going to be lined up, and I think it's going to be pretty sturdy. So we'll see how this actually works. I don't think you need to watch me drill a hole, so I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, I set up the tripod, so I guess you can watch me drill a hole. I'm actually going to use the original bolts that came with it to secure the 2 bars. Now, just to recap, this is 12 inches by 2 inches, 1/8 inch, and underneath the same length and width, but it's 1/4 inch. Just use what I had. You can use 2 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch, I'm assuming. That would be fine. That's what I got, that's what I used. At least on that one. So these bolts should be out of the way of the seat bracket, I'm hoping. isn't really any room for it. Okay, I'm hoping some of this is self-evident, but I've got the 2 bolts through the 2 bars through the tractor. Now I've laid the seat on in place, and I'm thinking it should work because that is needed to swings nicely. So just have to bolt this on now, and I do have lock nuts. I might, since these are extra long, I think I'll put a washer and a lock nut. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so I've got this one down, and just to clarify, I'm putting this original washer against the bar here, and then I'm using another washer underneath because this is 1.5 inches. It's plenty long, a lock washer, then the lock nut, and that's going to secure it really well. And it seems like it's tightening up nicely. I really think the original design should have had a support bar underneath the tractor to take some of the wear and tear, some of the force of when you ride and go crooked up and down hills and stuff, because you have to lean a certain way to keep the dead man switch from dying out, and that stress on the seat has been bending the tractor metal, and eventually it just broke like I showed you. Okay, so it's fastened, and it looks really good. I mean, that's great. I'm happy with that. This is really beefed that up a lot. Even though it's broken here, it's going over to the other side, and it's pulling on a 1/4 inch plate on the back, so that's going to support it really well. So now I just have to put the basket back in, the battery back in, connect the dead man switch, fire it up, make sure it's all working. Again, this is how thin that tractor metal is. I mean, that's about 1/16 of an inch, and it's just kind of like a white metal. It's not very sturdy to hold a seat on there with all the torque that a seat can endure if you have anything other than flat ground that you're just going to ride back and forth on. So I was really puzzled what I was going to do. This seems to be a great idea. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has had this happen, so maybe this will be a help to you, even if it's a John Deere or some other type of tractor. Okay, so I've got the little basket for the battery back in, connected the kill switch, which is right here on the seat. You can see that. It's right here on the actual seat. Spring loaded, and I even put a little hole in the plate there for the little holder for the coil wire here. So it won't be long, we'll get to try it. See what's happening here. And we'll connect it up, fire it up.